morning. This is call number 2021-76104. In the interest of Marcus Oliver Jr., all parties and witnesses, please unmute yourselves and raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Naisha Thomas, and he's my son. Marcus Oliver is my son.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Marcus Oliver is my son. Marcus Oliver Jr.
All right, and representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Kara Mitchell.
Ms. Mitchell, we have an original petition and SAPSR with an AOP. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, both parents are stating that they want the child to live with each one of them. And so there's a custody issue here.
All right, then I'm going to transfer this to the 308 District Court and DRO mediation is ordered. Anything further, Ms. Mitchell?
I have nothing further, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Guevara, please dial *6 to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Okay, she's on by telephone, Ms. Sharma?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Good morning. This is call number 2021-32718 in the interest of Euritzi Claros and Roberto Reynoso. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
My name is Yancy Claros, and I'm Yaritzi Claros' mom and Roberto Reynoso's mom.
Okay, and representing the Attorney General, State of Texas.
Kavita Sharma, Your
Yes,
Honor.
sir.
All right. Court will note that the non-custodial parent is Roberto Reynoso. Mr. Reynoso is not present. He was personally served on July 15th, 2021 at 6:52 p.m. at 7132 Lawndale Street, apartment 202 in Houston, Harris County, Texas. And he has not filed an answer or made an appearance. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor.
We'll proceed by default.
Yes, Judge. I would like to call Miss Yancy Claros Guevara. Miss Guevara, are you currently married?
Yes,
And who are you married to?
I'm married to Roberto Reynoso.
And how long have you been married?
We got married since 2011.
And were both children born of the marriage?
Yaritzi was born in 2009, and Roberto Reynoso was born in 2012.
And you completed DNA testing on one child, correct?
That's correct.
And you took the child, and we don't have DNA testing back because Mr. Reynoso failed to test, correct?
Correct.
And Judge, I noticed that on page 1 of my order, it says that we do have parentage testing. I'm gonna have to correct that because we do not. So I'll submit a corrected order. can I finish the hearing and submit that to you, Judge?
Okay.
And Ms. Yancey, who is the father of both of the children?
Roberto Reynoso.
And are you asking the court to establish a legal relationship naming Mr. Reynoso as the biological father of both children?
Yes.
And when did you and Mr. Reynoso separate?
In November in 2014.
And are you asking the court to order that both you and Mr. Reynoso are joint conservators of the children, and you would be the one to determine where the children live?
Yes.
And for visits, are you asking for standard visits for Mr. Reynoso and the children?
Yes.
And are you asking for pickup and drop off to be at Mr. Reynoso's mother, whose name is Amada Yanez on Starling Street?
Yes, that's correct.
And what is the reason you don't want pickup and drop off at your home?
I'm scared of him. He is a very violent person, and we have domestic violence in the past in our relationship.
So are you asking the court to keep your home address confidential?
Yes.
And do you know where Mr. Reynoso is currently employed?
No, I don't.
And since he has no employment, you understand that we're setting child support and medical support based on minimum wage, correct?
That's correct.
And how are your children covered under health insurance?
They have Medicaid.
And are you asking the court to order Mr. Reynoso reimburse the state at $75 a month beginning June 1?
Yes.
And do you agree to pay any uncovered health costs for the children equally with Mr. Reynoso?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to set current child support at $267 a month beginning June 1?
That's correct.
And are you asking for back support?
No.
If court costs are billed, do you think Mr. Reynoso should pay those?
Yes.
And have you reviewed and signed this order today?
I have.
And with the exception of the genetic testing that says that we do have that, do you agree that everything else is correct in the order?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. I pass this witness.
What type of violence are we talking about, Ms. Guevara?
Can you repeat that again?
Tell me what confrontations you've had with Mr. Reynoso that resulted in some type of violence.
He used to shock me from my neck and verbal abuse, and he used to punch me, and it got to the point when I was pregnant from Roberto Reynoso, from my son. That was when I suffered the most, when he abused me the most, and he would throw me on the floor and he would jump on me while I was pregnant. And a couple of times we called the police, and we had I had a restraining order, and he knew where I live with my mom, and he will come and throw rocks at the window, and then he will come and throw like the trash can all over our house.
So
And
when was the last time any of this happened? When was the last time you had a situation with physical violence?
In 2017.
All right, so it's not within 2 years preceding the date of the filing of the suit. Is that correct, Ms. Sharma?
That is correct, Your Honor, according to Ms. Guevara's
So
testimony.
how are we going to find family violence stating that the pattern occurred within 2 years preceding the date of filing the suit or during the pendency of this suit?
That is true, Your Honor. Ms. Guevara was adamant from the beginning of our negotiations that her address not be disclosed because she's in fear of her life. It could happen again in the future.
You don't necessarily have to find family violence or finding of family violence in order to not disclose her address.
Sure, and I can definitely correct that to Your Honor and
All
take
right,
that
we're
up.
gonna recess and I need a new order.
Yes, Judge, we can do that.
We're recessing now. I need a new order with all the other changes also, okay?